Get ready for the revolution, the generation evolution. Get ready for the revolution, the generation evolution. And now join Blake, Christian, and Mark as they have fun going through the crazy wrestling world. Get ready for the revolution, the generation evolution. Get ready for the revolution, the generation evolution. And now let's start the show.
Whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong, whether I find a place in this world or never belong, I gotta be me. I gotta be me. What else can I be but what I am?
Live from the Main Event Studios, you have entered the Generation Evolution for Friday, May 22nd, 2026, and I'm here by myself. Look, I'm sure the guys aren't here. Mark is literally on a plane to Arizona for some reason, and Christian's in school. So I'm here by myself, but no worries. I'm not by myself. I do guys have a guest here with me today.
I'm a true real man, feeling emotion, get this on, the antidote in motion. You listen, baby, no one can top it. Feminine fire, yeah, I'm the topic.
John, welcome to the show.
Hello, you knew I was going to be here, viewers.
Come on, I didn't
listeners.
tell you pay-per-view weekend. Of course you
You knew I was coming to ruin your day. I'm back again.
did. You can't ruin my day. But, so, Mandy just texted me. Did I hear Kit Wilson's theme music?
You better believe it.
But anyway, we're actually opening with something special today. This is actually Sammy Davis Jr. It's got to be me, because this was the song that they used for the Dirty Allen video when he won the title. And it was a perfect song, like absolutely a perfection of a song.
Somebody else, if I'm not right for me, I gotta be free. I've gotta be free. Daring to try to do it or die. I've gotta be me.
My grandpa would be so proud right now. We're opening a show with Sammy Davis Jr.
It's perfect. It's perfect lyrics for him. And also, there's another wrestling connection in a way.
What?
Because, you know, Andy Kaufman,
Yes,
the comedian,
of course.
who was a wrestler, his alter ego, Tony Clifton, used to sing that song.
Oh,
Which is
okay.
actually just him dressed up, but he pretends it's a different guy.
Oh, it still works. It still works. Absolutely love that song. I was like, funny part of this, the video's being played. I've been talking about this on the show a few weeks back when they aired it. And I'm watching, me and Mandy are watching the show together like we always do. And I'm like, why do I recognize this song? Like, why do I recognize this song immediately? And I'm like, oh my Lord, this is so perfect. Like,
Yeah,
it is so perfect. Like, this is amazing.
I
And then I
feel.
showed it to Christian the next day on the way home, on the way to school. And he's like, whoa. That was incredible. Like, whoever edited that, it was insane. Like, they stepped up their game in the editing department.
Especially because it's so perfect, but it's also not what you would expect.
No, I never expected to hear a Sammy Davis Jr. song on AEW television. Like,
Exactly.
no way did I see that coming. Like, so, anyway, like I said, the guys aren't here, so it's just gonna be me and John for the next like hour or so, and we're gonna have a normal show. It's not gonna be like we did those actual shows like over WrestleMania week. We're actually gonna have a normal show today and have all the segments and all the rest of the stuff today. It's gonna be fun because I saved some stuff just for you, John, and one because I didn't feel like having Mark complaining, so I saved it for this show instead.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
But before we do that, I will say this with start here. We what's this?
What's topic? Where's it going? Mark will probably be confused and Christian will give him shit for it. It's the question of the week.
So we did we announced the question of the week on Wednesday because as people of the shirt I'm wearing today, wearing my Mandalorian shirt today.
Ah,
I do have my ticket to see Mandalorian Grogu on Saturday. I'll be going on Saturday. Me and Christian. So in honor of that, we decided to do a movie question for the question of the week. And that would be this graphic, which would build your perfect movie snacks. I figured, John, since you're here and you're really a movie nerd just like the rest of us, I'll let you make your snacks here. Pick your snacks.
Right. This might be controversial. I don't care. I'm not having anything off the top row.
Wow. Okay.
And the reason, and I say this as someone who's like favorite food is pizza, right? But it's because I don't. If I'm at the theater, if I'm in the cinema that screens, I don't want messy food. And they're all for some reason the food they serve you is always messy.
I'm a pretzel bite person, so I love my pretzel bites. So.
See that I was leaning towards them. But I thought to myself, still, it might be a bit messy. I might drop something because I'm clumsy. So I'm gonna eat them after. Screw it, they're gone. What I was gonna do is I'm having some popcorn, right? I'm having 2 lots of popcorn because I'm greedy. And if you get 2 right away, it saves you going back. Because who wants to go back halfway through the movie and get more? That's stupid. So now I was trying to work out what the flavors were here because we've got just the regular. I assume that's like
caramel, regular, and cheese.
Yeah. So I would get the caramel because that's my absolute favorite one. And then I was going to get just the regular, but now you've said it's cheese, right? That's not a big thing here with popcorn, but I had it once and it was amazing. So there was one place that did it and it was caramel and cheese, actually. It was literally the 2. So if I got that, I could kind of recreate the experience. So I'm having 2. And then you can share it with people as well. You don't have to eat it all on your own.
Yeah.
So that's immediately $10.
Right. I love that.
And then I'm a big fan. I like M&Ms. I like peanut M&Ms. So I'm going with them. Although those crunch things look good. We don't have them here.
Butter crunch?
Yeah, they look really good.
No, I do love a good butter crunch.
So I probably, if I was in the US, I might pivot to that. But I know what the peanut M&Ms are, so I'm having them. So that's another $2. And then I've got 3 left. So I'm having 3 glasses of wine.
You know what's funny? It's not even weird. I got a message. This is gonna be on next week's show that somebody actually commented on TikTok. 15 glasses of wine.
Yeah.
On TikTok today.
No, I've worked out the perfect amount for me. We're all different. I've worked out 3 glasses of wine is great with a movie. Once I go into 4 or 5, there's problems. There's an issue there. It's a bit like podcasting. I can have 3 drinks. If I have more than 3 drinks, it's going to descend.
People, it's up on our TikTok page and all our social media pages. Please go answer the question of the week. So, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be in New York. We're going on vacation. Me and Mater are going on vacation. I'm going to be in New York in 2 weeks. We're going to be seeing Moulin Rouge.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you need drinks with that.
Wait, I don't drink much.
I know.
But I do. We do gummies. And we're going to be getting high watching Moulin Rouge.
You've got to take something in to watch Moulin Rouge.
We've never done this before. We're going to do New York City high 2 nights when we're there. But we're going to watch Moulin Rouge high.
No, I think that's ideal. Because again, I don't like to be too out of it when I'm trying to enjoy something. But there are certain things like that when I go to the wrestling in town, TNT wrestling, it's in a bar and they encourage you to get drunk and have a bit of fun and shout at the wrestlers. So you have a little bit more than you might normally.
That's different.
Yeah.
So all right, let's move on.
You have entered media mode.
So before we get to what I have on here, I didn't put this on because I'm saving it for next week's show. I know you're out there and you don't follow the NBA stuff going on out here.
No.
But are you aware of Danhausen and the Knicks?
No, actually. Despite being a rare case of someone who doesn't watch WWE but still follows Danhausen, I actually didn't know about this.
So Danhausen has turned into ESPN's mascot in the last month. For some reason, we don't know why. He was on First Take last week with Stephen A. Smith. He cursed Stephen A. Smith. I don't know what's going on. But he's in a thing. He's in a feud with Stephen A. Smith. We don't know why. But anyway, what happened was during the first round of the playoffs, we're in the conference finals now. In the first round of the playoffs, he cursed the New York Knicks because they're Stephen A's diss team. The Knicks then lost 2 straight games.
Oh, it works. It works.
Wait. He then uncursed them.
No.
He uncursed them, and now they're 2-2 for the NBA Finals.
It's true.
I'm back, and they haven't lost a game. They haven't lost a game.
Either his curses are real, or he's that charismatic that it affects morale. Either way.
And apparently, he cursed the Cavaliers who the Knicks are playing because that's the Miz's team.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Like the whole thing going on with Danhausen, ESPN, and the NBA right now. The whole thing going on.
Fantastic.
And I'm in the middle of it. Well, I'm not a Knicks fan. I'm going to be in New York in 2 weeks, and the NBA Finals, if the Knicks make it, are on the Friday night. We're in town, so I'm like, I have to keep an eye on this for this reason. Like, I have to keep an eye on all of it.
I was going to ask, are you going to go? But I suppose it's one of those events that sold out long ago.
Well, it's not. Well, the tickets aren't on sale yet, but
Okay.
the game 2 would not be in New York when we're there. The game is not in New York, but every single solitary bar.
Oh yeah.
Will have the game on.
Well, it's the same. It's the same here. Like
picture yesterday, and this is only in New York. This is only in New York moment. That somebody stopped traffic with a van in the middle of the street in New York. I knew exactly where they were. Exactly where they were. On a side street in New York. Put a van up with a TV, a massive TV, hotspotted Wi-Fi to the TV, and had lawn chairs around the TV in the middle of the street on a van watching the game.
Incredible.
Last night.
Respect.
Only in New York. Only in New York.
New York does seem a bit like here, like in Liverpool. Like they seem like us. I think I'd get on with New Yorkers.
I love New York. I love that city so much. Like I said, I'll be there in 2 weeks. I'm going to be there 3 days. 3 out of our 5-day trip. 3 days out of our 5-day trip are going to be in New York. So I'm excited.
Cool.
I'm really excited. So
it's one place I'd like to go. I don't know. Obviously I've never been to the US, so I don't know. But New York's always been up there.
I
always wanted to go to New York and Portland in Oregon.
Chicago, because then you would be like an hour away from us.
Oh, there you go. I'd go there.
Chicago's like an hour. Chicago's literally like an hour away from us, depending on where you are in Chicago. Like an hour away from us.
See, the reason I always wanted to go to Portland was just because of that show Portlandia, because it was like the dream of the 90s is alive.
Because we're like an hour and a half away from where the G1 is going to be.
Oh, okay.
I
love the way over there. An hour and a half is close.
Well, I drive, John. I know we're completely leaving out what I'm talking about, but John, I drive for a living. My job is driving around for a living. So when I say, sometimes on my Tuesdays, I have between this stop, and this stop is an hour and 14 minutes with traffic. I get paid for this.
Well, that's different.
Normal.
That's different. Yeah, if you're getting paid.
But that's normal. That is normal. There's nothing odd about that. That's
the US.
Normal. Around here.
It's so funny to me. Like I hardly ever go to Manchester, which is the next city. I only went because AEW were there. I go once every few years because like, well, that's 45 minutes away. I'm not going there.
and that's just that. I drove 45 minutes from Christian's meets 2 weeks ago. We drove 45 minutes from his meets. We drove 2 hours from one of his meets.
Wow.
So, trust me, driving around here makes no sense, but it's what it is. It's still normal.
Then again, in our band, I got in the van here in Liverpool, and it's like, where are we going? Oh, we're driving to Germany. So that was a trip and a half.
But yeah, so okay. Let's get back to media amounts. So I got 3 here. One is from Star Wars. From the Star Wars opening. The big opening for Mandalorian Grogu. Don't worry, no spoilers. I'm avoiding them myself until tomorrow. By the way, if you're watching this, because obviously it's going to go up before SmackDown tonight, don't be a dick and spoil the movie. Don't be a dick. Thank you.
Don't do it.
What day? I'm watching it tomorrow afternoon. Like I'm going tomorrow afternoon. After me and Christian are getting haircuts and going to the movies. Like, that's our day tomorrow. That's literally our day tomorrow.
Can't do any better.
Well, Mandy does her training for her 10K tomorrow. So, because Mandy, that's part of our trip is Mandy's doing a 10K in Central Park.
I love the way you just throw that in casually. Oh yeah, by the way, this is this is part of the trip. The most
That's part of the
important
trip.
part.
That's the main reason. That's the main reason we're doing this trip. It's because Mandy's doing a 10K at Central Park.
That's crazy. I don't even think I could walk 10K.
So I do 5Ks every so often on the tread.
Oh, I did a. There's a
I did one
program over
recently,
here.
actually.
You
Actually,
might
I
have
did
something.
back-to-back weeks. I did back-to-back 1-hour classes a couple weeks ago.
Ooh, bloody hell!
Yeah, it's
See,
awesome.
there's
I
a
love it.
thing over here. You might have the same thing. It's called Couch to 5K.
Yes,
And
yes, it is.
it's like a program, that gets you moving. And I started that last year just because I wanted to run because Tony Storm ran in a promo, and I just wanted to be like Tony Storm. So I started doing that, and I stuck with it for like 2 months, and I never got to 5K because I'm like, no, I can't do this.
We're going to the Peloton studios in 2 weeks. We're going to be at the Peloton studios in 2 weeks, and we literally are in 6 classes in the studios.
That actually, right? I could do that.
And we signed up this morning. So this morning, I'm completely off topic. I don't give a fuck. This morning, I'm done with my workout, right? I'm about to put my post up for my workout, and I got two text messages. One is from Rich Fan from The Torch about something completely different. But the fact that I talk to Rich Fan regularly is very funny to me.
That's awesome.
But the other one was my friend Josh, who's referred to on the show all the time, who never will come on the show, but I refer to him all the time. But my friend Josh, who we're seeing in New York, because he lives in New York, and we're going to see him in 2 weeks, who literally messaged me saying, a class just opened up. It's a 45-minute 80s class on the bike. Just opened up. Him and his wife are going to be in the class. You two should jump in the class. We can do the class together.
Yeah.
Me and Mandy, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and me and Mandy are literally on the website, like adding ourselves to this class so the 4 of us could do a class together. The 4 of us could do this class together.
That's awesome. See, I think I would be good at that because what I've learned with my brain, I have ADHD, right? With this is a mental health conversation now, listeners. If you have this kind of these kind of issues, the way to get around it is put yourself in a class or something, right? Because then you're trapped. Then you've got to do it. You can't back out.
That's probably why I want the Peloton experience so much. It's probably why I love it so much. I mean, we've been doing Peloton since the pandemic. So like, anyway.
I get it because you feel like, I've got to do it because I'm letting myself down. I'm letting these people down.
I'm going to tie all this together. Tie it all together. Here's how I do it. Peloton has a class I do every single year by Sam Yo, who just had a book come out. It's a Star Wars themed class that I take every year. I take it every year on May the 4th. Take it every single solitary year, and I PR every single year. I PR every year.
Hell yeah!
On this class. But anyway, it's an epic class, and in that class is the music, the theme song from The Mandalorian, which then ties in with the movie coming out this weekend, which ties back in to our first segment in media mode of the Star Wars red carpet with Mercedes Moné on the red carpet. That's where we went with this. Got it all the way back to where we were. I am damn good at this, and here it is. By the way, those are dancing droids, which made me laugh, with bow ties.
Amazing.
Droids with bow ties, which I'm not going to lie, those made me laugh. When I saw the video of the droid with the bow tie, I burst out laughing. I'm like, whoever thought that was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant.
Respect. And is that where she's been then? Has she been prepping for this?
She's not in the movie. She was just there. She was just there.
Is she not? I genuinely don't know. I've deliberately not looked up anything about the movie.
I legitimately don't know. I don't know anything outside of the trailers. I know nothing outside of the trailers. And we'll talk about Robo First Radio. And they've been very good about not spoiling things on that show.
That's the thing. I've had no spoilers. All I know is the hut that's in it. That's it.
Yeah, guys, just know it's in the trailers. Like I said, I just know the trailers, and that's it. I don't know the trailers. And I will say, by the way, if you want a good podcast for Star Wars, this is for you and for everybody. Robo First Radio, best one on the road.
It's good that, yeah.
The best podcast. And they're doing a live show this weekend, a live show in Cleveland, talking about Mandalorian and Grogu. It'll go up next week. They're doing a live show with a crowd and everything this weekend. But they did a whole thing about the they did a whole after every single episode of the mall show, they did a post show. Stuff. I love their show, and I listen to it every week, every Friday. So
it's a good show. It's a good one. Yeah, check it out, people.
So okay, back to this. So this is one of the ones I had it for Wednesday, but I moved to this one. I wanted to see your reaction. Literally in the note, it just says "ouch." I have no context for this. It popped up on my Twitter account when I was looking for something else. That's where I find most of the videos is on Twitter. I have no context for this whatsoever.
I'm intrigued.
But Yeah, we can play it.
Oh! Oh my God, no! That was oh crap!
Let's do that again.
Oh! Oh crap! That looked brutal. If he's okay, I hope he's okay. If he's okay, I'll gladly laugh at him.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Oh, that looked nasty.
I'm trying to stop.
Gee.
I'm trying to stop it. Where's the stop? There we go.
Is it still playing for you? It's gone for me.
No, I stopped it. I had to get off the screen. But yeah,
Oh,
that's
that
painful.
looked so nasty.
That's
Jeez.
painful. That was a thing. So I have no
Oh.
context what the hell that was, but I just typed for it. I was like, I have to share that because that was absolutely ridiculous.
I've seen similar though. I mean, stuff like that did. People love ECW, but things like that did happen in ECW.
Like that was one of those. What the fuck is that? What the blue hole was that?
It's one of those things. It's if you're gonna do that spot, you need to be 110% on your jump.
Instead, you end up falling and completely hurting yourself. That was fucking crazy.
Yeah, that looked nasty. I hope he was okay.
Yeah, so I understand. I don't know what company that was in. I just know that was the thing that happened. So, and finally, our last thing. This is to tie us back into Double or Nothing. Alicia 2, MJF's wife, put out a video addressing the title versus hair stipulation.
I'm
And
intrigued.
she's not happy.
I have been a fan of professional wrestling since I can remember. It is a huge part of my life. However, if Darby Allin pulls some kind of bullshit at Double or Nothing, causing my husband not only the title, but having to shave his head, I'm gonna hate the sport for the rest of my life.
Are you going to waste my fucking time again?
That's great. I love that she gets involved in this kind of stuff as well. That's great.
Yeah, so that's that. That is how we get out of there.
You have left me alone. You have left me alone.
So there you go. All right. That is that. Before we get into Double or Nothing, we have one major thing we have to discuss because this happened and it literally was part of Dynamite and it's a big deal. This hurt our hearts. Willow Nightingale had to forfeit the TBS championship due to an injury. There we go. We were not aware of this when it was happening because this is one of those things we were not spoiled about this. And Mandy was very upset when it happened. I know how much of a Willow fan she is. And seeing Willow sounds like a puppy dog. She should never be sad.
No, that's what makes it more heartbreaking that it's Willow of all people.
Yeah, Willow is such a sweetheart. But yeah, Willow Nightingale is hurt and she'll be out. She had to pull herself out of the Owen, and now that the wild card spot, and now she is forfeited the TBS championship, and that says a lot to me because they didn't even go the interim route.
Yeah, that's concerning.
Yeah, well, they didn't go the interim route. Like, oh shit. So, thoughts?
I'm crushed. She's been doing great. You know, she's been a wonderful champion. I thought she was going to win the Owen. I'll be honest. I thought she was set up to it should be the first like 2-time winner. So I think they've had to pivot quite big time on.
I had Windsor winning. So
that'd be good too. I mean, maybe she will win now. Yeah, that'd be good.
That's what I had all along. But this is sad. This one surprised us. I didn't expect it. So
did she say? I can't remember. Maybe I'm misremembering. Did she say what match she hurt herself in? Was it the previous?
Oh,
one?
the match against Red Velvet.
It was that one. I thought
it happened on Collision. It happened on Collision on Saturday.
I thought so.
And I don't even know what the spot was because I watched that match and it looked pretty clear. Then again, we were pretty high by the time we got to that match because we had watched it. Here's the problem with Saturday night. We were going to watch Collision live. But then we ended up getting into a Savannah Banana game.
There you go.
And lost track. And then all of a sudden we got invested in this game. And then we ended up watching Collision on DVR. Me, Mandy, and Christian all got into the Savannah Banana game. So I all got invested. So
I get it though. I watched that literally just sort of before we recorded, really, and I didn't notice a spot in particular. But then you can never know what it is. This is the thing. Like I watched it. I actually didn't know this. I watched a clip earlier today of when Dynamite Kid injured his back, really badly. That was like the start of the downfall. And it was just jumping over a guy who was on the mat. It was just a little hop, and it ruined his back. And that was it.
Well, think about it this way. If you remember Randy Orton when he tore his arm muscle,
Yeah.
whatever that muscle was arm, he was just doing his pounding thing before his
Yeah.
RKO.
Not even
all
a
he was
move.
doing. It wasn't anything major. It was just him setting up the RKO. Like, weird thing. My personal favorite injury, I'll tell this story every time, was Kevin Nash on the Raw the week before I was going to Raw.
Okay,
Literally,
yeah.
the week before I was going to Raw, where Kevin Nash got tagged into a tag match, walked 2 steps, and his MCL tore, and then he fell down and had to roll out of the ring. It was
I felt so bad for him because to me that was a sign like you've got to stop, man. You've got to stop.
And he did.
He did.
That's the weird part. He did. So, all right, that is that. Let's get into Double or Nothing. We have a lot to discuss, and luckily, the main show is not as crazy as it's been in the past. Did I forget a match? Oh, I just realized I forgot a match. I forgot to add a match.
Mhm.
I'll add it real fast. But
There you go. There you go.
no, luckily it's a quick match. Luckily, but did I forget it or is it on here? Oh no, I didn't forget it. It's on here. Cool. I didn't forget it. I did not forget it. I just didn't see it. There it is. It was in a weird order. The match was just in a weird order. There we go. I don't have it in the order of Wikipedia. I put it in my own order. So why? So, all right. So right before we came on the air, I had to add a couple of pre-show matches.
As always.
Here's the funny part about a couple of these matches. Some of these matches are so long with people in them. I ran out of space on the caption. I had to shrink things down because that's how long some of these matches are. Like, that's how ridiculous some of these matches are today. And the first one is the pre-show match between Big Boom AJ, yay, and QT Marshall, and the collaboration Mark Briscoe, Art Cassidy, and Roderick Strong with Big Justice. Boy, Chris is going to be so happy. Versus Shane Taylor Promotions, for some reason. Shane Taylor, Anthony Gogo still goes here, apparently. Captain Lee Moriarty. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this?
It's a fun pre-show. Who cares? It's just to get the crowd going a little bit. Although it has become a bit strange that Big Boom AJ is now like the king of the pre-show.
But yeah.
It's every pay-per-view. Put Big Boom on. Put Big Boom on. Okay.
So, we're in New York. We are in New York for this. So, by the way, obviously, Big Boom's winning. It's in New York. But here's the funny part. This show is, they keep saying, the show's in New York City, right? They keep saying that. The show is not in New York City. The show is in Queens. It's a different borough. It's a completely different borough.
Oh, see, I didn't know that was different.
Yeah.
To me, I was like, yeah, it's the same thing, right?
It is a completely different borough.
Okay.
Queens
I suppose
is where
it's
the
a bit
Mets play.
like, I suppose for me to understand, it's a bit like I live in Liverpool, but sometimes there's a place literally just over the river that's called Birkenhead, and sometimes people do events there, but they say they're in Liverpool. And it's like, well, it's not though. You have to go over the river.
That's how it was. If you ever hear MetLife Stadium and they claim it's in New York,
it's
in New Jersey.
Okay.
It's in New Jersey. So they finally got that right at SummerSlam last year. They finally got that right at SummerSlam. But for years, me and Sal's first WrestleMania ever was WrestleMania 29 in New Jersey. And they kept saying it was in New York. When it was in New Jersey. It's a different state. It's a whole different state.
Even I know that.
But Queens is actually a different borough. You have to jump on the 7 line to get up to Queens from New York City. Like literally a different borough. But I only know that because I know how to get to Queens. Because one of the airports is in Queens, so I know how to get there.
There you go. There you go.
But yeah, so I just want to clarify that. I've been laughing about that every time. Where they keep saying New York City, but they're not in New York City, they're in Queens. So like you go to Madison Square Garden is in New York City. They go to Barclay Center, that's in Brooklyn. Not New York City.
So that's different again. Oh wow, okay.
New York.
I guess as well, the way I can understand it is London is massive, but there is a part of London called the city. And that's a specific bit.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. Well, even in Wisconsin, MLW with me and Mark were pressed at an MLW show one time. And it was in Waukesha. They kept saying it was in Milwaukee. It's a half hour outside Milwaukee. It's a half hour away. Like,
Yeah, that doesn't count. That does not count. Stop
we're
lying.
a half hour away. So I laughed at that every time when they aired the shows on television. I didn't want to watch one of the episodes to see how it aired. I didn't watch them all. I was there. We saw like 5 TV shows recorded that night. But I heard the fucking Contra theme. It was in my brain fucking for months, for like a month after that night. And they never come back because Sammy Callahan broke one of the walls.
Oh,
True
wow.
story. That's a true story. That's a true story. That actually happened. Sammy Callahan, we had a no qualification match. It was the last match of the show. Ended up being the main event of like the first show, but they made it the last night for us because they wanted the crowd. And it went to the crowd. I actually ran down. I think I was on TV at one point during this match. It was pretty cool. Even though we were up in the press area, up in the balcony, I ran down and I was on TV for a little while for that. Apparently, Sammy Callahan threw the guy through the wrong wall. Instead of the wall that was theirs, they threw it through the wall of the building.
Like the actual wall.
The actual wall of the building. And
Oh,
broke
no.
the wall, and it cost the company a few $1,000s.
Oh, crap.
And
I
they were
feel
never
sorry
allowed back
for
in
him
the
because he
building
must
ever
have thought he was doing it on the right wall.
Yeah,
You know,
he was not, though. He was not. And it cost them a lot of money, and they never went back to that building ever again. They never went back ever again. So, yeah,
You'd feel really bad if you're the promoter and you're like, oh, I can't ring that venue again. They'll hate us.
It was a good venue. At the rest part, it was a really good venue. And that was the show that we met Brian Pillman Jr. And we
Awesome.
met who was the other person? Oh, we met Jacob Fatu.
Oh.
We got talking to Jacob Fatu. We interviewed Jacob Fatu for like 5 minutes on our show.
Oh,
When he
I
was-
remember now, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that was before he won the MLW championship.
Yeah, it's
So,
big
like-
deal now. Big deal now. Yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it? Isn't that crazy now that he's made eventing shows against Roman Reigns?
It's funny how that happens. I love it when there's someone you see at like local events and all of a sudden they blow up.
Well, we met Brian Pillman Jr. at State Fair with Wisconsin State Fair.
Mm.
And he did a free photo with Mark at the Wisconsin State Fair, and now he's on NXT in a major faction.
That's crazy, isn't it?
So,
Well, it's a bit like here, like a local star was Harley Hudson, and now she's all over TNA. You know, I just used to go to town and see her in that bar that I talked about.
so all right, let's get back to the pre-show. We have the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli, Danny Garcia, and we're the only heel in this group, I feel, at this point, is Weird versus the Ops, Anthony Bowman's Hook, and Kirito Shibata, and Christian just happened because Hook's on the show. I don't really care. I guess I just want to see the Hook look good so Christian enjoys Hook because he loves Hook so much. But
I'm looking forward to it. I'm liking this new the new Death Riders where they're not faces, but they're not heels either. They're not even tweeners. They're something new. They're like a new thing where they're still acting heelish, but not
except
in
Yuta.
like a dick way.
Well, except for Yuta. Everyone still hates Yuta.
Oh, yeah,
Everyone still
yeah.
hates Yuta for some reason. I don't know.
I
why.
love that. That's great. So I'm intrigued. Bowen's in the Ops, though. He did need something new. Absolutely.
And I think he fits it
But-
better than I thought he would. I thought he fitted better than I thought. Like I'm
yeah.
kind of impressed.
I like Bowens a lot. I think he's great. I don't know about this though. He needs to change his character up a little bit to fit more in the Ops. Maybe that's coming. Maybe that's part of the journey. I don't know because he's
Well,
still
Samoa Joe
kind of the
wasn't
same Bowens from before.
Remember, Samoa Joe wasn't there when he joined the group originally, so now Samoa
That's
Joe will
true.
be there to help him. You know what I mean? So
So I think that'll do him some good because as much as I like him, let's be honest, it wasn't working.
it should have
What-
been, and it should have been working, and it
It
wasn't
should have
working.
been. It was not working. Whatever they did, whatever he was doing, it just wasn't working. So maybe this is the start of something good for him. It's a bit strange. This is a pre-show match though, because this sounds amazing.
Well, they had something on the pre-show that's good. They have to have something on the pre-show that's actually
Well, that's
good.
true. That's true. You got to hook people. Yeah.
Besides the fact
You got to
that he-
hook people.
The problem with the paper here's the funny part. For every time we do these shows, I always complain about the length of shows, right?
Mm.
Is it a Sunday night with a holiday in America on Monday?
Same here, actually. We're off on Monday too. Yeah.
I wasn't sure. because I don't know how these holidays work with us.
Mm,
But the holiday weekend, if it's ever going to be a show that you could do a fucking 6-hour show at night and no one's going to complain, it's going to be this one. Like, if it's ever going to be a show, like,
and I would be extra into it if I wasn't away at the weekend because I'm off on Tuesday as well. because it's the king's birthday, and
Are
I
you
work for the
kidding me?
government.
Are you joking? Is that what it is?
Yeah. So because it's the king's birthday, and I work for the government, they're like, "Well, you can have Tuesday off." So I was like, "Okay."
That's funny. That is funny. So the funny part about our schedules right now, because Mandy took off for her birthday last week,
Mm.
and now we're both off on Monday. The week after, we only are working 2 days. Then we're off for the rest of the week to go to New York.
Hey,
And then we come back and we took the Monday off after our trip. So we don't have a normal week of work for like 3 weeks.
I love that. My work are fine with giving me time off, right? And because I don't know how it is over there, but like over here, you get like 28 days of paid leave, like as a minimum. But they just give me it whenever I want. And I haven't worked a full week in like 2 months.
Well, with me, with my job currently, the one I've been at for a few years, they're very flexible as long as you get your work done. They don't really care. And this is the first job I've ever had where my sick time and my PTO are separate.
Oh, is it normally the same?
I've never had that before. I have never had that before. So if like that made it so easier when I had my surgery and everything a couple of years back, because it didn't affect my PTO. It affected my sick time. It didn't affect my PTO whatsoever. So I have like 120 hours of PTO and like 50 hours of sick time because I never call in. So
Same.
like but I've never had a job where it's separate. Never had a job like that.
This says it all, right? If your workplace looks after you and treats you with respect, you don't take that time. Because my old job, I was off all the time because I was stressed. My current job, I've been there 3 years. I've never been off one day with sick. Not one day because
I think I literally I was having my surgery. I got the surgery.
Well, that's different. That's you can't avoid that.
They got that. I think I called in twice. Period.
That's amazing.
Twice. Not including snow. Not including snow, obviously.
Nah, that's out your control.
If you got weather and my surgery, I called in twice in 4 years.
Incredible. See, because they treat you well.
Like Mandy made me stay homesick. She made me stay home. Like, that was one of those. She made me stay home.
You were gonna go anyway, yeah.
Okay, let's get back to this. We have one more match on the pre-show. We have the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship 5-minute eliminator match. It is Divine Dominion against Data Steel and Viva Van. And I don't. How do you feel about this whole eliminator thing?
I think it's a cool idea, right? It's great because they're renowned for they're big, they're strong. So if you can last 5 minutes against them, you've achieved something. Great idea. I love Viva Van. I like Zeta Steel as well. There's no chance they're lasting 5 minutes though. There's
I'd be shocked if they last 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm a massive fan of Viva Van. I've loved her for ages. But the way she's presented at the minute in AEW, this is going to be, it's a squash match, isn't it? Essentially.
What do you like? Is it a problem if they're doing this and they're not facing anybody of actual substance yet?
That's it, I think. Like, you've got to start peppering in actual challenges in there to make it feel like there are stakes.
I don't mind us doing these squash matches, especially on Collision, but this is a pay-per-view pre-show.
Exactly. That's my problem. This is the time to start bringing in I don't want to be mean, but a proper team, No,
I agree with you. I'm agreeing with you there. 100%.
What if the inspiration came back and this is their match and that
wouldn't have been a bad idea. At least that would have been a team. These are actual team. That would not have been a terrible idea. All jokes aside, that would not have been a terrible idea.
I'm a huge fan of them, and I have no problem with them getting squashed. I thought that was funny because it fits their gimmick, but then they've disappeared.
They're Ring of Honor, apparently.
Yeah, they are. But again, most of us don't watch that. I'm trying to watch it lately, but no one else does.
The people over at there's some people at .net that do. But that's about it.
And listeners, if you remember from last time I was on, the only reason I watch it now is because it's included in my AEW subscription, whereas it wasn't before. So I wasn't going to pay 2 subscriptions.
Yeah, that's the reason I'm not watching it, because it's on Honor Club, and I'm not paying for Honor Club. So
exactly, yeah.
So all right, let's get to the main show. Speaking of Ring of Honor, the segue, you derailed it with a segue.
It's almost like I planned it.
We're going to be we're talking about the Owen Hart Memorial Cup matches. We'll do the 3 Memorial Cup matches. We'll do that first thing first. Let's jump over to the women's side. It is the Ring of Honor Forever Women's Champion, Athena versus Mina Shirakawa. Athena's got to win this, right? She's got to advance. She lost in the first round last year. She's got to advance this year, right?
I am leaning towards that, yeah. But at the same time, I think they might be wanting to push Mina a little bit lately as well.
I
Because
feel
everything
like
that's
they're
happened
wasting
around
Athena.
her, you know,
I feel
like,
like they're wasting Athena. Right? It's so wasting her right now.
and Athena's one of those as well, though, who she could lose in the tournament, and it would be fine because she's still not lost the title. So, you know, but I think I'm going to say 60% chance I'm going with Athena, but I could see Mina winning it as well. I don't think it's that cut and dry.
It's just weird how Athena's held that belt for 3.5 years and nobody even knows. Like, nobody has a clue what's going on out there. Like, no one has a clue.
I'll tell you what, I was joking about nobody watching Ring of Honor at the minute, except for me. But at least the one thing people know about Ring of Honor is Athena's the champion. Like, everyone knows that.
True.
So it's
3.5
worked.
years. Too.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's cool.
Speaking of Ring of Honor champions, Ring of Honor men's world champion, Bandito, is taking on Swerve Strickland. Why this is in the Owen? I don't know. Why is it even a feud? I don't know. We're doing it.
I was going to ask you that. Where did that feud come from? Just all of a sudden, there's a promo video of Swerve hunting Bandito.
you start the same way we start. You start the same way we did it. It was so random. Random.
I've got no problem with it. That'll be a good feud, but it just came out of nowhere. I was like, oh, okay, I guess.
Like, literally came out of nowhere, like legitimate. We have a legitimate guy who's carried her that bounty hunter. Yeah, Swerve Strickland for some reason pops up in this weird like universe that Bandito has created in the Old West for some reason. He popped up and he has
that. I actually didn't even think about that. We've got a bounty hunter. Why has he not at least tried to take him down?
You have an actual bounty hunter on the roster. Like,
what the hell? That's nuts. Well, I actually think though here, this might be controversial. I don't know. I think Bandito wins because that's going to make Strickland go insane. And he's going to come for him, and he's going to like cost him the next round.
See, I have Swerve.
That'll be the feud.
See, the problem is I have Swerve in the finals of the Owen, so I can't change that here. I can't change
No, but
that
what
here.
you're saying is logical. I'm trying to think like outside of the box because
But
Swerve
that-
winning it would make perfect sense because it's Swerve. Come on, he can win anything.
Exactly. I have Swerve in the Owen finals, so I can't change that. But I see your point.
But
I
you know,
do
with
see
them pivoting
upset,
Swerve
for an upset factor, that would be cool as hell. That would be
Exactly.
cool as hell.
and with Swerve becoming like super heelish again out of nowhere. I don't know how that happened, but okay, fine. I like him as a heel. With him doing that, imagine he snaps again. He gets 10 times
I'm not
worse.
disagreeing with there. I'm not disagreeing with there.
Yeah, that would
So-
be cool. That would be really cool. And then it makes their feud continue, whatever the hell this feud is.
I don't know what it is either, but there it is. So all right, let's move on. Jump over to this match I'm looking forward to. It is Will Ospreay versus Samoa Joe. Oh my god, I'm excited for this. I am excited for this match.
This is a dream match to me. This is great.
But I have Ospreay winning the Owen, so it's like obviously going to win this. Okay, while we're here, what do you think of the Ospreay Deathlock storyline? What do you think of
I'm
it?
loving it.
I'm loving it too. So
Initially, I was skeptical, but then immediately after that, like the next show, I was sold because I love that. It could be true, it could be fiction. I don't know that they're incorporating the neck injury into the story of him changing his style, coming up with submissions. That's so clever. Whether
I
it's
think
real or fake, I don't care.
I heard a theory. It's a lot like that. That Ospreay suggested this storyline to give him an excuse to change his offense.
Well, that's what I think is probably.
That's what I've heard. I heard that today. I heard that today on a podcast. That is a great way of putting it. That he asked for a way for him to change his offense without abruptly changing his offense.
Yeah.
So they made this whole storyline so that he has an excuse to change his offense.
It's perfect, isn't it?
It's
It's
absolutely
great.
brilliant if that's how it's planned. If they do that, it's absolutely brilliant.
Because I don't for one second think he's going to stop doing his old stuff, but I think he's maybe just going to save it for pay-per-views and things.
Or just don't do every single move and lay on your neck.
Yeah, because you don't need to, as much as I
Don't be
love it, you
Darby.
don't need to do that on a collision.
Don't be
You know.
Darby. Don't be Darby.
Don't be Darby. Darby can do it for some reason. I don't know
So, I don't know
why.
why. Look at the Darby a little while.
But for some reason, Darby's immortal. But that's Darby. But Will do. Yeah,
You're obviously not. You're obviously not. You're obviously our human being. We've learned this already.
like, and I know some people out there, idiots, have criticized Okada for changing his style from Japan. It's like, yeah, because in Japan, you're not doing like 2 or 3 shows a week. So he could wrestle like he does at Wrestle Kingdom once a
It's
month.
a lot
You
like
can't do
Nakamura.
Wrestle Kingdom style every bloody collision.
John, it's a lot like Nakamura when
Yes,
he went to WWE. It's the same exact thing. It's the same thing. People will bitch about it, but it's the exact Okada's doing the exact same thing Nakamura doing in WWE.
exactly.
Exactly the same. Except Okada's having a fucking blast. But,
Oh, you can see he's
we'll get to
having
Okada in a
some-
little while, but Okada's having a blast. But all right, let's move on. Speaking of the Death Riders, by the way, I don't know if you're paying attention to New Japan as much as I am.
not as much as you, but I do still follow.
Kyle Newman calling Will Ospreay Billy Death Rider cracked me up so much. I never in a long time.
Also, before we move on, that's another you mentioning Death Riders again. That's something else I really like. I think Will is the influence that's making the Death Riders be more face-like.
I know that.
It's not that they're being faces. It's that the introduction of Will has changed them.
I will
And
say, though,
I think some of them might end up getting annoyed with Mox for prioritizing Osprey. Like maybe I don't know, Claudio will
or Pac. Or
or
Pac.
Pac.
Makes sense.
The Pac actually, yeah, no, because there was a backstage promo at one point where they did kind of ignore Pac a little bit.
No,
in favor of
that's the
Ospreay.
one where Mox tickled him for some
Yeah.
reason. That made no
Yeah.
sense. That made no sense whatsoever.
But that's it. Couldn't you see Pac getting angry at that? Like, that's not what we stand for.
Actually, no, that would be perfect. So I want to give a shout out to Jake Barnett over at .net, ProWrestling.net. He does the audio reviews of Dynamite most weeks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the first week that they cut to the Death Riders and Ospreay doing a training session in the hallway randomly, that weird hallway first one, that first one. He's like,
Yeah.
that was one of the most homoerotic things I've ever seen. That was
Oh, it's
so
super
homoerotic.
gay, isn't it? I love it. It's so gay. It's great.
Well, that's pretty. Then the week after, it got even gayer. And I looked at Mandy, I'm like, I just watched one of the gayest big gay brunches ever. And that was one of the gayest things I've seen this year.
I love it. Just loads of buff, shirtless men grunting over each other.
For no reason whatsoever. Like, that's
Fantastic. Incredible. And I know that they're aware of it. I think they're playing up.
You
to it
have
a little.
to. It's a lot like Callis. It's a lot like Don Callis. You have to know how he's
Yeah.
coming across. You have
Definitely.
to know. So anyway, let's move on. Speaking of the Death Riders, AEW Continental Championship for some of it is no time limit, which I think is really stupid. But is Jon Moxley defending against Kyle O'Reilly? Kyle O'Reilly lasted 20 minutes. How we ended up here. I hate the fact that there's no time limit. It should be a 20-minute match, but it's not. But here we are.
At least it makes sense in the story, whether you like it or not. At least they set it up.
Yeah, true. Mox should keep his title though. Like I don't think Kyle O'Reilly wins the title. I
Okay,
think
I'll
this is
be
finally where Mox finally pins him.
I'll be controversial. I
Go
think
for it.
maybe Kyle's going to take it. They're pushing
Ooh.
Kyle. He seems to be the guy from the conglomeration. They've decided, oh, hang on a minute, we're pushing him now.
I have
Um,
noticed he is the one that they're pushing at the single. Which surprised me.
Yeah, and I'm into it because I've been a Kyle fan for a long time, and I had no problem with him doing the fun shtick, with the others. But
Especially with
at least
Briscoe. Especially with Briscoe. Him and Briscoe's chemistry is amazing.
it's
Like-
great, isn't it? Oh, and I've loved the pivot as well to seeing like Roddy as well, like join in a bit now.
Which is a surprise. I'm so happy about that. I'm so
Yeah.
happy that Roddy's a part of them now. He's just part of the collaboration now.
It's
It
great.
works
It's
so
such a
well.
cool idea.
So-
I think maybe Kyle, but then that wouldn't fit with what Moxie's doing with Osprey. So I'm
Exactly.
gonna
And also, I think this is the perfect way of ending the whole Kyle O'Reilly storyline that we tried to do months ago, and then Kyle got hurt.
yeah.
I think it's the perfect combination to end that. You know what I mean?
So you're probably right, but I'm gonna go with Kyle just to be an outlier.
You're allowed. You're absolutely allowed. So let's move on as we get to our main event matches. We have five big matches that we have left.
Are we
Now,
counting them all as main events?
Well, this one, I think this should be the main event of the show. It should be the main event of the show.
I think this one, when you announce it to people, I think this one should always be the main event because
here's
how do you
the-
follow it?
And here's the thing. There are so many people in this damn match, I had to put it on the ticker. There are so many people in this damn match. So, it is Stadium Stampede. It is Jericho, the Hurt Syndicate, Jack Perry, the Elite, which is Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, versus the Demand, the Don Callis family, which is Mark Callis and Andrade Idolo, who, by the way, who's in the United Empire in Japan, which is very funny to me, and the Dogs.
Oh, of
Like
course.
Connor.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
By the way, he is also the global champion in New Japan. I forgot to put that on here.
Hmm.
But this is gonna be a clusterfuck, and it's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like nobody expects a technical classic, do they? This will be fun. It's always enjoyable. I don't think there's been a bad one.
Well, I think it's like the second Stadium Stampede. The rest of them have been Anarchy in the Arena.
Anarchy in the Arena. It's the same thing though.
It is, but it's stadium. We're in a stadium. But the thing is, and a lot of people aren't realizing the venue we're in. Remember we were doing the Grand Slam shows, and they were at Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is next door because Arthur Ashe Stadium's under construction. So this is next door. So this is still a stadium. It's just not Arthur Ashe. It's right.
Do you think that the fight will spill into the construction site?
You know what? That's not that. I wouldn't shock me. It would not shock me at all. The one thing I will say, don't bring anybody in controversial like they did at the first Stadium Stampede, where they brought in the Jaguars coach and he ended up being under investigation like a month later, and then AEW had the question.
I forgot about that. Yeah, wow.
So,
Was it the Stadium Stampede where they randomly had Gangrel, or was that an Anarchy in the Arena?
I think it was Anarchy in the Arena.
Okay. Because I like that as well. All stuff. It's always funny. They always put something.
That was the one where Sammy Guevara got run over by the golf cart.
Yeah.
That was Stadium Stampede. That
was great. So yeah, it's gonna be so enjoyable. It's a bit of a shock to see Omega in just a match like this again, but that's fine as well because
There's so many people in this match. There's so many people.
And I am excited to see Bobby Lashley in a match like this.
What the hell is he doing? Well, actually, this is not that far fetched because if you store. Do you remember when the Hardys were in their apex with the whole Broken Universe?
Yeah.
And for some reason, they gave the Hardys an episode of Impact at the Hardy compound. For some reason, they gave them an episode.
Yeah.
And Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre had a world title match on that show that never ended. That may still be going on because they were fighting in the woods.
It's still going on now.
It was like freaking Peter and the Chicken, where they had it, they disappear. 20 minutes later, they come back, they be fighting, and they disappear, and then they come back, and they be fighting. This went on in the entire broadcast.
That's the thing. Bobby can be so funny, right? Because he's so straight. And that can make comedy.
Yes. That's when people say this is not perfect. I've seen Pat do it. I've seen him do it before. So it's not that happened before.
But how do we pick a winner?
I guess Jericho. I heard Jericho beating Ricochet finally.
That would be fun. That'd be fun.
Which ties in with their story. Which the whole reason we're here is because of Jericho and Ricochet. The only reason we're even here to begin with. I think, you know what's funny? Nobody the perfect way to have Ricochet pin Jericho again.
Yeah.
That would be the perfect way to end it. That would be the perfect way to end it.
Hey, Jericho is not afraid to put people over. People
He's not there at all. He's back.
This is the guy who put Fandango over.
For some reason.
And he put Action Andretti over.
For some reason.
He's not afraid to do it. And as good as this feud is, though, I want even more from a Jericho and Ricochet feud because they're both so funny.
They work. They have such great chemistry out of nowhere. They have such great chemistry.
They've got the same kind of vibe. Like Ricochet is sort of like a modern version of a WCW Jericho to me.
So that's a weird match.
I'm gonna pick Jericho.
Oh, it's gonna be great, and I hope it comes out like the second half of the show. If it's not gonna be main eventing, like be the second half of the show where my gummies kicked in, it's gonna be a fucking blast.
I think it will be. I think it will be like introduce the second half of the show, basically. Yeah.
So, and now if that wasn't a stipulation match. That was a ridiculous stipulation match. Let's have more ridiculous stipulation match. Let's have the AEW Tag Team Championship. It is the AEW Tag Team Championship New York City Street Fight I Quit match, which is a little redundant, but whatever. It is FTR versus Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. I refuse to call them by their tag team name. If Adam Copeland and Christian Cage lose, they must retire the tag team of them. I've been hearing rumors that Adam Copeland will be retiring in a couple of months in Toronto. But that does not mean anything for this match because I think they're going to win the tag team titles. I think they're going to win the tag team titles here. And a lot like Sting and Darby were like, they had that. There seems to be the titles where it doesn't make a difference if they forfeit them or not. So I can see them like holding the belts all the way to Toronto and even winning the match in Toronto and keeping the belts.
Okay.
I can totally see them doing that. But I don't know. The whole reason Sting did it was Sting was undefeated. Oh,
Yeah.
they did it with Sting. Sting never lost.
Whereas,
So,
whereas Copeland and Cage, they're not. Neither of them are. So
but
it's a shame if he does retire. Like I absolutely get it, because he's getting older and he's
He's in his
he is
50s.
injured.
and he's in his 50s too, though. He's in his 50s, and he's also a TV star now.
Yeah, I get it, but it's a shame because I feel like because of that injury he got, he never got to do everything he needed to do in AEW.
No, I agree. It's all like CM Punk in WWE, where he got hurt right when he was about to get the push, and then he lost a year. Yeah,
That's it. And it's okay when you're younger, but Copeland, he was really like every match counts. So that's why I think they win. They get the titles. They have one last title reign together. Short but sweet, maybe, but that's fine. That's fine. Imagine AEW can now say we've had Cope and Cage, or Cage and Cope as the champions.
Which is, I love them in the team. I hate that name so much.
I love the way he really tried to make Cope a thing, and nobody bought it.
Like, the only reason it worked is because it's CNC, like ENC. That's the only reason it works.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they can't use Edge. But
to be honest, if you think about it, though, right? I love him as a wrestler. Edge, always a terrible name.
Oh, he admits that.
It's awful.
That.
It's awful. It was never good. I remember hearing it the day he debuted, and I was like, "That's terrible."
Yeah, but at least he admits that to this day. In his book, he admitted that.
But it's also a good sign that when people criticize WWE for changing people's names, give it time. Give it time.
Oh, I use the example of Dolph Ziggler.
There you go. Yeah, because that's a bad name.
But everyone knows it. I use another one, Braun Breaker. Awful name. He should be a Steiner, but he's not.
Exactly. So, okay, some of the names sound terrible at first. Give it time.
You get used to it. So, all right, let's move on to a match I am looking forward to.
Oh,
I am so excited for this. Oh, yeah, okay. It is the AEW International Championship match. It is. Christ, my brain today. It is Okada versus Takeshita. I'm just saying that way. Fuck it. Okada versus Takeshita. But if you notice my notes, obviously they're both in the Don Callis family. Takeshita is the New Japan World Television Champion currently. He also recently joined the Hati champion, a new faction in New Japan. He just recently joined it. Yeah. So he's already kind of slowly breaking away from the Don Callis family in Japan. So,
well, it's been building quite a while, and I like how long they've taken with this story.
Hotai, that's where it was. Hotai faction. That's where he's just joined.
Because as much as I love AEW, some people criticize them for rushing storylines. This is the opposite.
But I think people forget they had a match at the C2. People forget that happened. So technically, Okada does have a win over Takeshita already. He does have one. So I expect Takeshita to get his win back here.
Exactly the same. That one of the reasons is what you said. The other reason is because isn't it perfect for the feud? Okada will absolutely lose his mind over losing to Takeshita, and it'll facilitate Takeshita really leaving the family.
Oh, I guarantee that's exactly how this is going to go. As much as Don Callis does not want him to, is exactly what's going to happen. And I have a feeling when you do this, the culmination of this whole feud is going to be All In.
Yeah, absolutely.
The third match of their little series will be at All In.
And it's going to be great. They're both amazing. I mean, I remember when I first started watching DDT, the Japanese wrestling company, I was like looking up, okay, who are the wrestlers I need to keep an eye out for? And I went on Reddit. And this was years ago now, obviously. And someone said, oh, keep an eye on Takeshita. He's DDT's Okada. And now look where he is.
He was the former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. And
exactly.
He made it Wrestle Kingdom.
So this random Redditor was right.
Yeah, he made it Wrestle Kingdom. So that's where we are. I expect Takeshita to win this. And I'm so excited for this match. Give these guys time and let them do this thing. I'm so excited for this.
To me, it's the match of the night, probably.
This match is the first match announced. It is the first match announced of the show.
Yeah.
So
you don't even need any other matches. Just put that on.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fucking great. All right, let's move on. Let's get to the world title matches.
Yeah.
Everybody says, Tekla, why do you always call people dumb bitches? I would love to stop calling people dumb bitches, but there are just too many dumb bitches in AEW.
The AEW Women's World Championship. It is Tekla defending against Hikaru Shida, Jamie Hayter, and Chris Statlander. But by the way, when the fuck did Shida get such a personality? Like, when the hell did this happen? Like, holy crap! Her
I'm
promo
loving
is
it.
phenomenal.
I'm loving it because it's so unique as well. Where I can't work out her intentions because she's so nice, and it's like, but you're fake. I think she's the heel.
You feel something. You feel something's happening, but you can't explain it. Like, I can't explain it either. And I'm loving the fact that I don't know what's happening. Like, I love it.
Exactly. I think she's actually the villain, but she's pretending, oh, I'm so nice. Oh, Chris, hey, we're friends and we're going to tag team. But she's actually up to something.
Yeah. So I expect Tekla to retain, by the way, in this. It's obvious.
Oh, yeah. My future wife, other than Tony Storm, Tekla. Yeah, Tekla's going to win. Of course she is. She is God.
It's come a long way in a very short amount of time. Like, she went from, why the fuck is she winning the title to no one wants to take it off her right now? Like, it's so quick how that happened. Like,
as soon as she became the champ as well, like, she was already good fun at promos. Her promos went like to 11.
And they're fine, and they're awesome, and they're so rad. There's a point where now AEW is making video montages of them. Like, it's so ridiculous.
I genuinely think they say to her, just say whatever you want. And she's like, okay.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
It's fantastic. She's, oh my God,
I love it so much. Like, it came out of nowhere. Like, it literally came out of nowhere.
That's why I think I might have said this last time I was on. I do sort of feel sorry for the other two in the Triangle of Madness because she's so good that it sort of overshadows them a little bit.
So, yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. And this I'll probably be a quick match anyway, but it'll still be fun.
Oh, it'll be great. It'll be great. I mean, everyone in the match is fantastic. You know, I'm loving Jamie Hayter. Now she's a brawling bird. That's pretty fun.
And she's kind of Daphne from Scooby-Doo as a brawling bird, which is weird.
I like the way, she became a brawling bird, but they didn't drop the retro look. She's like, no, I'm just
still
going to
Daphne from Scooby-Doo. She's still Daphne from Scooby-Doo for some reason.
But she's down the pub having a pint.
And cursing for no reason. And cursing for no reason whatsoever.
That's what we do.
My favorite part is her taking a drink and then going out the rest of the lap. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate, to be honest. Love it.
All right, and now, there you go. And now, our main event, the match everyone is looking forward to, that no one expected to look forward to 2 months ago. Like, Bruce Rice was calling 2 months ago. It is the AEW Men's World Championship title versus hair. It is Darby Allin versus MJF. The rematch that everyone's been waiting for. While Darby Allin's been defending the title every fucking show.
Incredible, though. It fits his character so much.
Yeah, let's start there. I asked the guys about this the other day. I'll ask you too. Has it been too much, or has it been perfect for Darby?
I think it's perfect for Darby. If it was someone else, too much. Absolutely. But for Darby, it makes sense. Because let's be honest, his title reign isn't going to be months and months long. It's going to be short and sweet. And he's going to burn himself out. And that fits everything he does.
100%. It fits the opening song we played today. Like, it fits everything. Like,
exactly. So he's going to... and it just fits his whole attitude of like, no, I'm going to defend it every single show. I don't care if it means my title reign is 2 months long.
Even if that. Like, but the fact that we could, like, for instance, I was that Fairway, the Hell Show, right, out of nowhere, and all of a sudden he's having a he's having a match, he's having a no count off match in the Fairway in the fucking golf course. Like,
that was crazy. That was such a fun idea. I love it when AEW do that. Like, let's perform in a weird venue that makes no sense.
AEW do that more often because that was an awesome venue. That was an awesome venue they did. I was thinking about back to this match. Is this it? MJF wins the belt back. Simple as that.
I'm in two minds. On one hand, that would make perfect sense because it was a shock he lost it. But on the other hand, I'm thinking maybe Darby loses it in a random shock on a weird dynamite that you never predicted as well.
Yeah.
So I think he might win, and then he'll lose it in like 2 weeks.
I would feel like he got to up the opponents to do that.
Maybe.
I don't believe like Speedball's going to win. I don't see Speedball winning the championship.
No, as much as I wanted him to. No.
I don't see it, but I don't really feel like
because how do you go? You're right. Because how do you up the ante from MJF really? Yeah. Unless you bring in someone new in, is that rumors of anyone?
Unless you're like doing like Kenny Omega is getting a title match randomly on Dynamite, like something like that.
Could happen. Or Jericho.
But like now we're at the point where he had 9 title defenses which is absolutely ridiculous.
That's
And the
crazy.
whole
Because to me,
storyline,
he's the new champ, and it's like, oh well, I guess.
but it's one of those situations where I have a feeling this is going to be where they do it. As much as I would love to see MJF lose his hair, as much as I think it would be hysterical that he have to go back to Turkey and get another fucking transplant.
Well, that's a question we need to discuss. If MJF loses, right, will he lose the hair, or will he get out of it somehow? He could, or maybe controversial. Maybe I can say this as a bald person. Maybe he's realized the hair. Maybe it's not working, and he's like, I need to get rid of it.
Can I say something? I love the MJF opening of the show. Where I did not realize how many bald people worked in this damn company. I did not realize that. Like, John Silver still works here? Like, where the hell did he come from? Like, they just brought every bald person you found to show up.
Just rounded them all up.
I think my favorite part of the whole thing was him insulting people in front of Don Callis and then in front of Chad and then apologizing to them.
Oh, it works for you. It works for you.
I love that. But anyway, back to your question. I guess I think MJF too much of as a person himself. The actual human being is too much of a traditionalist to want to sneak out of the stipulation.
Okay, yeah.
So if he's going to lose, he'll lose the hair. I just don't see him losing. I just don't see him losing anyway.
That's interesting.
I think the man himself is too much of a traditionalist. You know
Which has been proven with his interviews that always anger people. It's like, you're not understanding. 99% of what he says is in character.
Lately, his interviews have been half-half. Interviewing a real person and characters. And I've been loving that lately because then you can see more of the, like, if you listen to his Chris Abley interview, it was very half-half. He was currently in Area Hawani, and it was very half-half.
It's good that you're never sure. And that's what he wants, though. That's what he wants.
Because if you listen to the Area Hawani review, he was all serious about them, and then they started talking about, like, Palestine and everything else, so he wanted to be serious and have an actual serious conversation as a Jew. And then went back to being MJF. Like, it was a brilliant. He pulled it off. Like, he pulled it off really well. Like, I give him a lot of credit for that. Like, he's grown up so much in the last 5 years that he's found a way to be both people.
It's
crazy.
The
same time.
I don't think I've seen anyone grow that much. He's acting like he's a 30-year vet.
And he's only been doing this for what, a decade? Like, it's crazy.
So.
Like, well, All In. I never knew about him before All In. The first All In, and that was 2018.
I think, I'd heard the name, but I hadn't seen it.
That's 8 years ago.
I'd heard about about him being in MLW, I think, but I hadn't watched it. So yeah.
But that's 7.5 years ago.
That's nuts.
All In was 7.5 years ago. That's crazy.
I still consider that new.
And I love that show. I'm not my favorite pay-per-views of all time, but that was 7.5 years ago.
That's blowing my mind. I still think of AEW as new.
Because that was Labor Day 2018. That was Labor Day weekend 2018.
Jeez.
We're
getting old.
We had a whole fucking pandemic since then. Like,
doesn't that seem like another lifetime as well? What the hell?
Really does. So, all right. And that is our show. Although there's one other thing I want you said unique location. I don't know if you heard about this yet. AEW is going to be doing 2 games and doing a show at a baseball park in Minnesota.
Oh, great. Yeah, see, stuff like
after a Twins game, they're doing a show in the parking lot of the venue. It's a 75-minute, I don't know if it's a house show or if it's a TV show. Nobody seems to know what they're doing. But it's going to be a 75-minute wrestling show out after the Twins game in Minnesota at the ballpark.
Fantastic.
So that's something you're doing, which I think that's something to do. You're a major company, but also you can do stuff that you make it look like a little bit of an upstraight indie, which is not a big deal. This is not a big deal. Be like WCW was. It's not the end of the world. WCW used to do it all the time with like Hog Wild and
I was literally about to use that as a comparison. When you actually go back and look at some of the stuff WCW did, it's crazy. You know, like they did all those shows. I don't think it actually even was Batter at the Beach, but they did a bunch of shows on the beach.
The Spring Break Show. The Spring Break Show.
Spring Break Show, that was it.
Yeah,
and you watch them back now and you're like, this is insane.
Well, then you have that, and then you have Darby doing his fucking matching attack on the golf course. So, like, they pretty much are doing what WCW used to do.
Exactly. I've always seen AEW as the new WCW. I don't care what Bischoff says.
But you know what? That's actually not about in this conversation. That's not a bad compliment at all.
No,
In this
no,
conversation, that we're having.
I'm a WCW head. I'm a fan to this day, you know.
So, well, on that note, let's get out of here. We got through an entire hate review in about an hour 10. That's actually short for us. That's actually short for us.
Let's keep going for another hour 10.
But we're gonna close this. I actually played this song a few weeks ago, but this is a new version of it. This is a indie artist that I love called Melina KB. I absolutely love her.
Okay.
This is her newest song, Helen's Door, which is her first crack at a LGBTQ song.
Oh.
Straight up. And this is the Under Her Spell acoustic version with Kate Castaneda, who she actually did the song with. It's kind of like favor how they're doing the other way. And if you watch it on Spotify, there's cool acoustic music video,
Ooh,
which is so cool. But we're gonna close it with this. So we'll close it with this song. Absolutely love this song. So I do recommend this song. It's a great song. Let's see here. I had to find your note. Here it is. Here you go, John.
Yes, if you want to hear more from me, I have my show Bat Minutes, where we talk about Batman movies, and that is finally going to be launching soon. We were recording again last night, actually, so it's launching very, very soon. The new season, because what we're on season 6,
something like that.
6.5, because we did half a season at one point. So 6.5 coming soon.
And eventually, we'll both be interviewed on that Movies by Minute podcast that's going on.
Oh yeah. I keep checking in on that. That's interesting.
Yeah, but I'm loving that show. right now. So, but as a matter of fact, Kyle Crane was on, and he brought up the Blake and South show on there.
Hey, there you go. Yeah,
that was pretty cool. But anyway, back to you.
And my co-host from Bat Minute, we got together and we also did one about the 80s action movie Miami Connection called Miami Minutes. So you can check that out. That's all completed. I think it's one of my masterpieces, dare I say. I'm very, very, very proud of that show. It's unique.
Speaking of masterpiece, completed masterpieces.
Oh, my other masterpiece, Hedwig, Inch by Angry Inch. If you want to listen to a show about the queer punk musical Hedwig and the Angry Inch. And I actually released my final ever bonus episode for it not 3 days ago.
Wow.
It was the last bonus episode. I am going to keep the show going. I'm going to pivot it. Basically, I'm going to relaunch the Patreon and make it free instead. And we're going to do that. So we'll just be covering different queer movies and musicals and things like that. So I'll have to get you on again.
By any chance, would that be about Rent? That never aired.
Well, I'm going to finish Rent first. I'm going to release all the Rent episodes for free.
I remember some series that someone doing another Rent series. I did mine.
Well, that's why it was originally on the Patreon, because I was like, well, Blake's done it. I can't put it out for free, but it's been so long now. I'm like, screw it. It's going out for free, and I'm going to finish it, and then we're going to pivot to a different movie.
Yeah, well, we will talk about that. I'd love to come back and talk about it again. Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
So, and finally, we talked about this at the top of the show that you're out of town this weekend for this reason.
Yes, my not my band. That's a bit big-headed. I am in a band, Pete Bentham and the Dinner Ladies. So you can check us out, punk rock. We're performing at a festival. It's on Sunday. I'm going on Saturday. All the rest of the band are already there, but me and Pete, the singer, we couldn't go early. But they're all there enjoying themselves, watching some great punk bands like The Damned. Screw them.
Well, there you go. All right, let me get everyone else's pleasure since they're not here. Find Christian over at the Bill and Zane Rally, the Bill and Zane Rally at the Bill and Zane 627 on YouTube. I never know what he's up to there. I hear his end of it, and it's always a fun treat. So that's always fun. I always hear his end of it. So it was just a lot of and what the fuck? That's all I hear a lot of times. Or a lot of times, Kobe yelling things, and we'll just text him randomly stuff we hear through the wall.
Oh.
Text him randomly.
Amazing.
So, and also you can find more information about this very show on all platforms: Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts, YouTube especially. Please leave a comment or review. Comment on our stories. Comment on our clips. We do bring them up on the show anytime we bring them up, as long as you're not being an asshole. We'll bring them up all the show. Trust me, I dealt with that a little while ago. So other than that, don't be an asshole. Bring stuff to the show. We'll definitely bring it up. And you can find us on all platforms at Generation Evolution 00, as Christian would say. Do not forget the 00. And finally, I have a website of my own now. Legend76.blogspot.com. I launched it on my birthday. And this is where you can find all my podcast history. Everything I've done, all my guest spots, everything is over here.
Awesome.
So all in one place. And I'm going to have the time. I'm going to sit and actually fix things. But when you launch things on your birthday and then you have to finish track season, you just don't have extra spare time to do this. So once I get back into the summer, I will be able to finish this. So yeah, the Legend76.blogspot.com. So that being said, let's get out of here, John. Oh, I forgot one more thing. I forgot to plug one more thing. Next week's show, is that crap? Oh, it's over here. Sorry, it's on the problem is I enlarged the screen on the other side of the screen. Next week's show, we're gonna have Tom Stout here, an old friend of ours, to talk about AAA Noche del Los Grandes, which hopefully that's still happening, and WWE Clash in Italy, all on next week's show. Guys, if you're worried about Lucha Kaiser, don't worry. It had nothing to do with El Grande Americana. Anyway,
totally different wrestler. Totally different.
So, anyway, that being said, thank you so much, John. As always, this is a lot of fun. We'll see you next month for Forbidden Door.
I'm looking forward to it.
And thank you all for watching. The guys will be back next week. I swear. Vacations happen. Vacations happen and schedules happen. And Christian's almost out of vacation time. So he'll be back next week. So we will talk to everybody next week. Thank you, everybody. And thank you all for tuning in. And I'm Blake. And you've been tuned into the Generation Evolution. Have a good day, everybody.
From heaven at Helen's door. I found a girl from heaven at Helen's door.
Thank you for joining us inside the Generation Evolution. We'll be back next week.
Thank you so very much. Goodbye. Mwah, and good night.